Okay, coaches, today I'm going to share a tool that can save your clients hundreds of thousands of dollars and give you instant credibility. Now, most business owners are great at bringing in money, but they're just as good at letting it leak right back out again. It's not uncommon for a leader to have a solid strategy for running their business, but no strategy or a weak strategy for managing their books. So what happens? They call their accountant and say, "Can you check my books and make sure we're doing everything right?" At that point, the business owner is no longer driving the business. Now their company is being run by a CPA or a bookkeeper, and that is a tragedy. So how do we help our clients regain confidence in reading their financials so they can apply their strategic instincts to the bottom line? This is where you use the Growability COST Budget Tool. So I created the Growability COST Budget Tool when I was working with a surgeon who was just in the top of his field. Now, doctors and surgeons have to be really careful working with vendors because oftentimes vendors are taking advantage of them because they know that they're high income, high capacity owners. So I was running the profit and loss for this surgeon, and I noticed that they were paying about $600,000 for drugs and supplies. Now, every client has different chart of accounts and all the names are different, but in medical, lab fees, drugs and supplies, technology expenses, these are pretty common. I was looking at this expense and I'm like, is $600,000 a year for drugs and supplies reasonable? I'm not a surgeon. So I wasn't sure whether this $600,000 a year expense was reasonable or not. I mean, maybe they could have paid $300,000 to get the same value. But here's the key. If I'm asking that question, guess who else would be asking that question? Their CPA. The CPA and the bookkeeper doesn't know if $600,000 is reasonable or $300,000 is reasonable because they're not a surgeon. So the surgeon is turning to the CPA to fix a problem that only the surgeon can fix. So I was like, there has to be a way to quickly and easily look at every line item on the P&L and just give a gut level feel as to whether these costs are reasonable or not. I'll save you the drama sob story, but it took me like 200 hours to come up with this very simple acronym called COST. So here it is, COST. For every line item on your budget or chart of accounts, C, is this critical? O, is this overkill? S, should we shop around? And T, should we terminate? So C is critical, O is overkill, S is shop around, and T is terminate. Coaching and consultation is expensive, but if you can use this one tool with your clients, you will more than pay for yourself as a coach. I mean, you're going to save them so much money that your cost becomes irrelevant. Clients are leaking money. Like almost every business is leaking money somewhere, and you can help them stop the leak. So let's say you're looking at a client's profit and loss and you notice that they're paying around $400 a month for internet service. So this is the perfect opportunity to ask the cost questions. Madam Business Owner, it says here that you're paying $400 a month for internet. And I'd like to ask 4 questions to help clarify this expense using the acronym COST. First, C, is internet critical? To which Madam Business Owner says, yes, internet is critical. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's go on to the O. Is this overkill? I see that you have mega giga fiber 6 gig max plus internet. Do you need that level of internet? To which the business owner is like, well, the salesman said that if I didn't want to drop my Zoom calls, that I had to get really fast internet. And I'm like, I bet they did. So the S is shop around. When did you last negotiate the price for your internet? Are you on the same plan that you were on last year? Did you know that now you can get Giga Fiber Ultra 6 Plus Max internet for like $100 a month? And then finally, there's the T. Is this something that you should terminate? Now, you probably don't want to pull the plug on the internet, but I can guarantee as you look down their profit and loss that you'll have lots of marketing things that you could get rid of or other expenses, office expenses that you don't need. Think about this. With this one exercise, if I help that client realize that they're paying $400 a month for internet when they can get it for $100 a month, then I've just saved them $3,600 over a year. And that's just one line in the P&L. And perhaps even more importantly, You're putting that power, that decision-making power back into the hands of the CEO instead of like the bookkeeper. And I've worked with clients going through their books and found like $60,000 of overkill or $100,000 of shop around or $20,000 of things that needed to be terminated. This cost tool is extremely valuable for every single client. Okay, that's it for today. The cost budget tool is on page 103 to 115 in your printed Growability Toolkit or section 4.2 in your online Growability Toolkit. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the Growability Coaches YouTube channel. Our mission is to equip thousands of coaches to impact millions of entrepreneurs. If you are an entrepreneur watching this channel, I highly recommend working with a certified or official Growability coach. You can find one by visiting our website at growability.com.